Welcome to Simple and Savored with the Bald Guy, Simple Haircut. As always, today we are cooking out of Michael Symon's 5 in 5 cookbook. 5 ingredients, fresh ingredients, just really quick stuff. So definitely dial in if you're looking for quick meals that can be kind of pantry ready. And I'm gonna get the pan going on the water. We're gonna be boiling, making spaghetti. This is a long title, spaghetti with olive oil, garlic, and red pepper flakes, but a super simple one too. This is really one of our favorite. I kind of got this when I was a chef in Chicago. We would go up on our Monday off up to a place in Willamette, little Italian place that had this. It was the cheapest thing. We made no money doing our internships, and we would get this essentially pasta with olive oil and garlic. I think it was $4.95, and we would drink a lot of wine at lunch, and that was our day off out of the 7 days. So good memories for me. Tanya loves it. We both love garlic a lot. So let's get cooking. Let's take a look at ingredients. So going to be boiling pasta, of course, but then sauteing sliced up garlic in olive oil. Some red pepper flakes, and then at the end, toss it, put a little Parmesan cheese and parsley, and I'm gonna bald guy it up based, in addition to what Michael did, with some Italian seasoning. So just some herbs, an herb blend that I mix up. So this is gluten-free pasta. Tanya doesn't do well with gluten, so it's not our friend. I'm just gonna cook up the whole thing. It says 6 servings, but when we get pasta, we eat a lot of pasta. So this may feed both of us. If not, I'm gonna get a lunch out of it tomorrow. So the beauty of cooking is, like, cook a little extra and just pack it up for lunch, and you don't have to spend the morning or go out at lunch and pay $5 to $10 for lunch. Just take some time for yourself, eat a nice healthy lunch, and you know, life is good, because this is about simple, easy, healthy recipes for you. So you have more time for you and the ones you love. So we'll be back when the water is boiling. Let me set the timer. This thing. All right, the water's boiling. We're at about 8.5, 9 minutes here. So one of the beauty of, if you're gonna do pasta, cook double the pasta, make whatever you're making for dinner that night, and keep the additional part tossed in a little oil for the next time. And this really speeds up just a quick, simple meal. So the water is boiling, and like I said, we're kind of pasta pigs. So I am just going to add a little oil to this and drop in the spaghetti. And I got just a thin spaghetti because it cooks faster. And it'll slowly, over time, just keep kind of moving it, all melt down into the pot. Or not really melt, but de-stiffen, if that's a word. That's a bald guy. Soften. Soften, Tanya's like, de-stiffen is not a word, but it's a bald guy word. Come on. I don't care what you say. We all have our own language. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna move this over to the stovetop in the kitchen outside of the studio, and let this simmer there till it's cooked, and we will work on our sauce. All right, the pasta's over on the other stove. We are going to take the garlic, after I throw it around the table a little bit, and slice this up. I've got the pan going, so that's getting hot. I'm just gonna take this and slice this up really thin, because we're gonna just brown this up and flavor the olive oil with garlic. We love garlic. Oh my God, we love garlic. So this will be a meal we have not had for quite some time. So I'm very excited about this. Take about a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and that is hot. So I'm going to turn the pan down a little bit so we slowly brown the olive oil, or the garlic in the olive oil. I'm just going to move that around. So we don't want to burn the garlic, but it's just lightly flavoring the, or not lightly flavoring, heavily flavoring the olive oil. It's gonna be so good. And for my bald guy this up a little bit, I'm gonna add a little Italian seasoning. You don't have to do this, but this is what the restaurant in Willamette did when we were chef's apprenticeships years ago, and just made it really lovely. I think they put oregano in, or basil, one or the other. But this is a blend of oregano, basil, some marjoram, just kind of my own special blend that I like. Beauty of cooking is you can design it however you like. Take a recipe and play with it a little bit and come up with what your flavors are. We love garlic, so we put probably more than what's called for in most recipes. I'm gonna add some salt to this later, but thought I would just get the olive oil garlic, or the olive oil garlic, the olive oil flavored with garlic. And I'm just thinking this pan will stay hot for a bit, and the garlic is starting to turn brown, so I am just going to turn the pan off now. And it'll continue to brown the garlic while we are waiting for the pasta. Tanya just brought the pasta over. I'm going to turn the pan up again. And we've got some nicely cooked pasta. If you don't know pasta, depending on how fast your stove, it took us about 10 minutes to heat up water. And we're at about 18 minutes, so about 8 minutes to cook it. Just when you bite into it, there's a little resistance left, is al dente. And that's a good time to pull it because then you're gonna sauce it. So we are good to go there. So I'm just gonna take that whole thing of pasta and put it in our pan. And it is hot, so I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. I'm gonna add some salt to it, probably about a teaspoon or two. You definitely want to salt pasta to give it some flavor. And just toss it in the oil. Woo! Stuff is flying all over the place here. And while you're saucing it, it will continue to cook. So that'll get it to, if you like that more done feel. I'm going to add a little butter to this as well. Add a little more oil and a little more savoriness, a little fat, and then a little black pepper. Everything's better with black pepper. And then I'm going to add some red pepper flakes to it, just for a little spice. You could also add that to the oil. I don't want it to be too terribly hot. You could add fresh basil to this. You could add sausage as you're cooking the oil. You could add sausage to it. You could add just a really light touch of tomatoes or fresh tomatoes in this, or plum tomatoes would be really good. So you can really do about anything with this. I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese to this. Let me take a little taste. Just a wee bit more salt. Beauty of cooking is you cook to your own taste. And it is off. So I'm going to cut a little bit of parsley. So I had some kind of stubs of parsley. Probably be more preferable, mainly least, but I'm getting into some of the stems, which is okay with me because they are parslicious as well. All right, time to plate up. Pasta is seasoned the way I like it. Heavy on the garlic, good on the salt, little pepper, little Italian seasoning. Just bring it over here. Center it up on the plate. Throw a little parsley. And some Parmesan. You can get this pre-shredded. This is Parmigiano Reggiano, which is the real stuff, which is always good, and you can just watch that melt onto the pasta. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be yummalicious. And we are at about 23 minutes, 22 and change. But if you had this pasta cooked ahead of time, this could take literally about 3 to 5 minutes. So just thinking as you're thinking about the week, let's do pasta twice in the week, and the second one is really, really fast. So it is time to taste, and I am so excited. I know Tanya's mouth is just watering. She can smell the garlic and smell the pasta and just that, oh, the Parmesan just melting down there. That is good. Oh my God. It's been way too long, honey, since we've had this. I know Tanya's eyes are lit up. She's like, I can't wait, garlic pasta. So if you are new to this channel, definitely subscribe. Love to see you in the next one. If you have friends that are busy, working, kids, commutes, office, this is a great channel. Simple, easy, healthy recipes for you in your busy life, and ultimately for more time for you and the ones you love. So hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. We'll let you know when the next video is, and see you in the next video.